All right, for this lesson, we are going to solve multi-step equations. This is just an extension of what we did yesterday, solving single-step equations. So let's look at example 1. We're going to solve 8x minus 3x minus 10 equals 20. So our first step is to combine like terms. So which terms are considered like terms here? 80. Yes, the 8x and the 3x. So what am I going to do?
5x.
Yep, subtract. So I have 8 minus 3, which is 5x. And then I just rewrite. Now we add the 10. And then what's the last step? Divide by 5. What is 30 divided by 5? Bam. Easy. Woohoo. All right, example 2. Make sure you're putting this in your journal. We have 7x plus 2, open parenthesis, x plus 6, close parentheses, equals 39. So we're going to have to do distributive property, aren't we? So what are we distributing?
You did 2 times x.
Right.
2x.
Right. So I'm just going to rewrite 7x at the beginning. Plus 2 times x is just 2x.
Plus 12.
Plus 12. And then equals 39. Now, do I have any other terms I can combine?
Yeah. 7, 2 is 9x.
So 7x plus 2x is 9x.
Minus 2.
Yep, I heard it. Minus 12. So 9x equals 27. Look at that. Divide by 9. X equals what? Look at you guys. You guys got this. All right. Say that again. All right, example 3. Oh, yeah, you saw in example 2, it gave you 2 methods. Sometimes you can do some steps mentally. I would prefer you show all your work, so
do it number 1.
I would show all your steps, yeah. You guys will naturally, the better you get at this, just skip steps. So I would wait till it comes natural. Example 3, we are going to just solve this. So 5x minus 4, open parentheses, x minus 3 equals 17. What am I doing first?
Distribute.
Yep, distribute.
Times x.
Which is?
Negative 4.
Yep, and then negative 4 times negative 3. Because you got to keep this negative with it.
Plus 12.
Yep, positive because it's a negative times a negative. Now we combine like terms. What's 5x minus 4x?
1x.
Do I have to put a 1 in front of that?
No, you can just put
It can just put x. So then all I have left to do is get rid of the 12.
Minus 12 is
17 minus 12 should be 5. Do you guys remember when these equations looked scary? And now you're like, oh, that's easy. Just takes time, guys. All right, let's throw in a fraction. Example 4, we have 3 halves, open parentheses, 3x plus 5 equals negative 24. All right, this is a trick. Let's see if y'all can catch it. I've warned you, so now you should catch it. What is my first step?
distributive property.
That's what you think. But if I distribute this ugly fraction, I'm going to have fractions, aren't I?
Yeah.
Let's ignore the fractions and do it.
You do
Say it. Yep. You got it, Gary. Geraldi. Multiply times the reciprocal. Because then we just move it to the other side. And then we won't have to deal with this ugly fraction. I'm left with 3x plus 5 over here. What is negative 24 times 2 divided by 3? 24 times 2 would be 48.
Oh, we're not
divided by
2.
3. Yeah, I just said times 2 divided by 3. So what's 48 divided by 3?
Okay.
16.
Yep, negative 16. Good job. So now it's a nice happy little equation we can solve. So subtract 5. Now that's going to make that go further negative,
We get 21.
which means when we divide by 3, we get x equals negative 7. Any questions? So when you see a fraction outside the parentheses, the first thing I want you to do, because your instinct is going to be to do distributive property, because that's what the math is telling you to do. But look at it, and if we can move it to the other side first, that saves your brain. Trust me. All right? Do you want me to do another action? No problem. Let's do 3/4, and then this is z minus 6 equals 12. Reciprocal, so 4 over 3 times 4 over 3.
What if it was like 3 over x? You just.
That one's different. I'll do one like that in a minute.
Or you're asking.
So then I have z minus 6 equals, what is 12 times 4 divided by 3? Is that 16 again?
Yeah, 16.
Yep. Because it'd be 48 divided by 3. Then I add 6, right? So z equals, what's 16 plus 6?
22.
Very good.
You get 90.
All right. Ben, tell me the one you wanted me to.
I don't know, like 2 over x, then do the distributive property or something. Like,
Oh, you're getting into the hard stuff. So like if I had
yeah.
3x plus
Yeah.
1, let's make it sort of easy. I have no idea if this is even going to work out. So
Do like 1.5 times you said 4.5.
now you got to take this x over to the other side, and then you can bring it back. So I would still do times x over 2 times x over 2, because that cancels. I'm left with 3x plus 1. 12 times x is 12x. Divided by 2 would be 6x. So then I just have 6x.
Oh, okay. 12
So
times
then
2 is what?
12 times x is 12x, and then divide by 2.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, it's 6.
And then you can say minus 3x. So then I have 1 equals 3x divided by 3. So x actually equals 1/3.
What if you did like the other way around, x over 2?
Okay. Man, he's taking all of it. So x over 2. Let's do 2x plus 2 equals 10, just for fun. All right. So distribute, I'd get 2 over x, or not distribute, I'd reciprocal. So I get 2x plus 2 equals 10 times 2 is 20 over x. Right? So then, now we multiply this times x, and we multiply everything over here times x in order to move it from here. So then I'm left with 20, and then I have, this is where you do distribute. So I get,
Minus 2.
I'm going to get 2x squared.
Minus 2x.
2x squared.
Yeah, because it's x times x. And then plus 2x.
Oh, you wouldn't just minus 2x?
No. You have to distribute it. So now you're getting into quadratic equations. That's later. So this one you wouldn't actually be able to solve for x. You can solve using the...
You just figure out the formula.
Yeah, you would be able to solve if you use the quadratic equation, which I haven't taught you yet. So we're not going to go into that today. It's a big old equation. Fortunately, you're not going to see these types of equations yet. Eventually you will, and then I'll teach you how to. We do that after Christmas, I think. Good questions, though. Fun, challenge. I like those. All right. So do you feel good with the flipping it over and multiplying to move it across? Reciprocals, good? Any other questions? You want me to go any more examples?
That's it.
That's really it, guys. So you're doing exercise numbers 4 through 36, but just the evens. So that way it's not too many.